Hey YouTube, welcome back. I'm Cindy with CNC Treasures and this is my crafting channel. As you see, I already have you down on my cake spinner because I was working on a project or experimenting with something, wanted to see if it would work, and I thought, oh, I'll record this so I can show everybody. Basically what I have here are some coasters that I made back early this summer, I believe, when I was doing a vendor event. Some of the coasters didn't sell, and or some of them I didn't take because they had hiccups in them, but I had already put epoxy on them. So I decided I'm going to see if I can pour over them and make them something that I can sell. So what you see here, this scratchy look here, is where I've sanded off the epoxy and I'm going to pour over it to see if it works. So I poured over one and it actually turned out pretty good. So I decided I'm going to do a whole set and I'll show that one to you. Can you see that? I don't want to drop it. That is one of the coasters that I actually sanded the epoxy off of, re-poured a base, and then did a bloom technique on them. So I'm going to show you how I re-poured over it. I'll just do a couple and then I'll show you the finished set. So let me put this one down and we'll get started. Normally, what you see me do is use a white house paint as my pillow paint. Today I'm going to be using this pretty blue color. It's a color to go by, who is this color by? It's a color to go, which is just a sample. And I forget the store that I got it at. But anyway, that's the base that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to pour just a, it's hard to pour out of here. Okay. Think that's enough. It's so pretty. Red is my favorite color, but I have found that when I paint, I like to paint with blue. I think I told you all that before. I love dark blues. There we go. So I'm going to be using various shades of blue in my pour. And for contrast, I picked out a candy apple red. So the first color I'm going to start with is a tube paint, and this is Artist Loft Metallic Cobalt Blue. Because when you do the bloom, and I'm still pretty new at the bloom, you want to layer tube paints with your pigments. So I have four pigments. I've been sick all week, y'all. I have four pigments, or three pigments and two tube paints. But this is Metallic Cobalt Blue by Artist Loft. So I'm going to put that down first. I probably should have put a little white in here because that did come out pretty dark. Then I have Sapphire, which is a pigment by TLP. Isn't that pretty? And I have you all down very close and personal so that you can see the detail in this. That was a lot of paint. Then this looks almost like that metallic cobalt blue. And I believe this is, let me see. Nope, that's candy apple. What did I do with the lid for this? This is Amsterdam bluish green. So it's also a tube paint. I came back from Kansas City with a cold and whew, it had me knocked out. This color is, what is this color? I don't see the lid for this color. Is this it? Nope, that goes to another one. Yo, I'm so discombobulated. But here is, this is a pigment as well. See the shimmer in that? I'm gonna put the candy apple red in here for some contrast. I don't know how I layered that last one. I was experimenting and thought I'd get on here and show you and wasn't paying attention to what I did. And I'm going to put a little bit more of this bluish green on top because you want to put a tube paint next to your cell activator. And I have Carbon Black by Golden as my cell activator. Let me close this up. Let me get this. It's trying to run away. Get it back to the center. Put the cell activator on. And you don't need a lot of cell activator. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sniffling. Okay, let's try this out. So I'm gonna let the cells come back together and then I'll spin it out. Because what you don't want to do is have too much paint on here because when it dries, it will crack. Let me try this straw to break up some of these places that I didn't blow good. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna spin off the paint. I should probably cover these so that I don't get paint in them because I've done that before. Oh, I really like that. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, I like that. Can you see it? Let me lift it up a little bit for you. Should have brought my palette knife in here. There you go. Can you see that detail in there? It's just really pretty. I like how that candy apple red popped through there. So I'm gonna set this down, put another one up here and go ahead and pour that. 1 second. Here's another one. I sanded it down. I sanded that just a little too far, but we're gonna see if we can work with it. And again, I didn't pay attention to the order I poured this in. That's the cell activator. As long as I get a tube paint on bottom and a tube paint on top, I'm good. How about I set them down in the order that I pour them, and that way on the last one I'll get the same order. That's genius, right? I know y'all sitting there saying, why didn't she do that to begin with? Probably don't need near as much paint as I've put on here. Cell activator. Try to get that back to the middle. One second, let me get a paper towel. Okay, I'm back. Now I'm going to blow this. See the cells forming. Where did that fly come from? See the cells forming? Just give it a little bit of time to come back in. Blow a little bit harder. And I'm doing that because I don't want a big black blob in the middle of it. So when I blow directly into it, it causes the cells to form, and then I'll spin it out. Here we go. Cover this up. And I'm gonna spin so that again, I get the paint off the coaster. That one spun out really nice. And you don't have to spin it hard. The paint will move. There's enough paint that a soft spin like that will move the paint off of the coaster. Okay, let me lift that up for you to see. There you go. Can you see that pretty good? This is the bloom technique. And I really love how that candy apple red just breaks through and gives it some contrast. That is just beautiful. Let me set this one down and I'll spin out the last one and then I will show you all four. This is our fourth and final coaster. That fly is bugging me. I don't know how he got in here or why he's even here in the middle of October. He needs to go somewhere. I try not to put as much pillow paint on here so I don't run off so much of my design. This is the bluish green. One of these days I'm gonna clean up all this paint off of all of my bottles and containers. One of these days. And what did I say this is? This is Falling Stars. This is a pigment, not a tube paint. That first one was a tube paint. This next one is Sapphire. It is also a pigment. This is a TLP. The Falling Stars was a color art. Sapphire is TLP. This is one of my favorite colors to work with. This is a color art pigment. This is Candy Apple. And this last one is the Metallic Cobalt Blue. It's a tube paint by Artist Law. And last but not least, the cell activator. Let me move this paint around a little bit. I actually experimented with this because I want to give them away as a gift, but the store that I buy my coasters at is closed on Sundays, and I did want to get them made today so that I can get them, let them dry and get them resined this week. So I decided to use what I had. Okay, I'm gonna blow this out. And I don't blow straight down, I blow to the side. Let it come back in. See what happens when I get too much or more cell activator on there than what I really need. You see how it's not, the cells are not coming through? That's when I'm gonna blow straight down with the straw. That red and that candy apple and that sapphire are blending together to almost make a purple. I don't know if you can see it, but it's really pretty. Okay, I'm gonna spin it out. And again, you don't have to spin hard. The paint will move. Spin the other way. That wasn't a good spin. I'm not crazy about that black blob in the middle. Let me see if I can blow it a little bit more. Yeah, that's breaking up a little bit more for me. Spin it again. Okay, here we go. Bring it up close so you can see it. I think I got more candy apple in this one than I got in all the rest of them. But I like it. Red is my favorite color. Can you see that? Isn't that beautiful? So I'm going to set it down, clean this up, get a nice open space so I can show you all four of the coasters together. So just give me 1 second. Okay, here we are. Here are all four of the coasters. I'll show you them one at a time. I don't know which one I did in which order. But see, look at that detail. Isn't that gorgeous? Here's the next one. There's one. And there's the fourth one. Can't get that to focus. There we go. I think that's better. Anyway, that is all four of the coasters. I can't wait until they dry and I resin them. I'm going to put them in a coaster caddy and I'm going to give them away as a gift since that experiment worked. If I have any other coasters in there that I'm not pleased with, I'm going to be sanding those down and reusing those as well. If you're interested in purchasing a set of coasters, I can do any colors. Just comment down below and let me know you want to order. You know, now is a perfect time to start getting your affairs in order for Christmas. So holler at your girl and let me know if you'd like to order coasters. Again, I want to thank you all for stopping by. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. When the bell comes up, make sure you hit the bell so that you're notified every time my sister and I upload new content. I want to thank you again for stopping by, for hanging out with me, and I will see you in my next video. Have a good evening. Bye.